One question that I get often is what happens to my skin once I stop glutathione. It's kind of inevitable. Like, you're going to have some times where maybe you miss, where you stop. It could be related to finances or just lifestyle. You're not able to take it. Or if you're making your own liposomal, you're not able to make it that week. Or maybe it just goes out of stock. Things happen. There are definitely some lightening products that if you stop, I've noticed personally that my skin actually got darker. And it happened fairly quickly. It was pretty noticeable. Thankfully, glutathione is not like that. You're not going to get darker if you stop it. I feel like for the most part, my color stayed for a while. The issue was just over time when I was just exposed to the sun from going out, not exfoliating or using topicals, I kind of slowly reverted. But you have to remember that glutathione is actually able to be stored in our body, unlike vitamin C, which is why we have to take so much vitamin C when we take glutathione. It helps it be more bioavailable, but also vitamin C is not stored. Glutathione is, and when they're put together, you get more glutathione in your body. So glutathione, the more you take, it will actually get stored up, and you can actually measure this in your blood. Though technically it's going to be in every cell. We have organs that naturally make glutathione. Your liver is the biggest organ that makes it. Also the liver is your biggest glutathione reservoir. So that's why they say don't drink on it. Drinking over the last couple years is one of the biggest reasons why I would fall off of my glutathione streak. I would be good for a couple weeks and then something would happen, either some event, some outing, dating, just something would happen. And then I'd be okay, I'm wasting money. So I would stop. And so when you drink alcohol, you're basically almost the next day, you can kind of tell, it's not gonna make you darker overnight. It's just that you won't be as bright. The clarity of your skin, you're just going to be able to see the difference, pretty fast when drinking. And so it's basically, I feel it does kind of kill off whatever you have that's stored up. So it's not only what you took that day, but it can do some damage. Some people think that drinking white wines, champagne is easier on the liver, and so you could get away with it. I'm not really sure what alcohol would be worse. I'm assuming if you're just drinking anything with a low alcohol content, that would be easier. But anywho, for the most part, the color will stay for a pretty long time. It just depends on how often you're getting sun exposure. Most of the time, if you're getting sun exposure, it's an accident. It's you're in someone's car, you guys are on your way somewhere, maybe they don't have tint, and you kind of bake a little bit. I get a lot of my tans from inside cars. Obviously, if I'm in my own, I know how to, stay safe from it, but, it happens. So it just depends on how much your skin is subject to the sun. Another thing is, if you stop glutathione and you're still doing topicals, you can make it last even longer. If you have a good regimen, you're keeping up with it, you're exfoliating. Usually the regimen, it could be anything. It could be using arbutin, kojic acid, vitamin C is great. If you're keeping up the topicals, honestly, you can go longer amounts of time in between taking glutathione. Now, again, those stores in your body eventually are going to dry up. The rate at which it dries up, every person's different. There is absolutely no way to tell unless you are taking blood tests yourself. One of the good things about just SPF in general lately, I feel the last couple of years, it's a really popular topic now. There's so much that's easier to buy and find and get actual reviews on than there ever has been. One that's on my cart, my Amazon cart, is the Nivea Sun Super Water Gel. It's SPF 50. It's a Japanese version. We don't have it here, so you'll have to either get it through eBay, Amazon, something like that. But that one's supposed to be pretty good without being oily, because if you're putting it on your face, Obviously, for some people, it's just like looking like an oil slick. It's not cute. So that's what I'm going to be going for. It was recommended to me. Let me know if you guys have used that one. But obviously, using that while also on glutathione will help. But if you ever stop and either you can't get back to it, maybe, I don't know, you're partying, maybe you have to save up more money, whatever, usually sunscreen, using your topicals will get you through until you can start it back up. Another thing that you're going to notice, or I noticed, like when I stop glutathione, is that kind of like my brain fog comes back. Sometimes I feel like a little more sleepier, kind of, just like slower moving. My digestion changes. If you're on glutathione, it does help with just like bile and getting all the toxins out of your body, and this happens through going number 2. So I noticed that I'm not regularly going anymore when I stop glutathione, and that's just because all those toxins aren't being flushed from my system, which is what glutathione and vitamin C does. So that's one of the things that you'll probably notice. Some people say that like taking glutathione helps with like weight gain, and honestly, I'm not sure how. I've not been able to figure it out. If I have to assume, maybe it keeps you from just overeating, something like that. Like I don't feel like it makes you burn fat any faster. It helps with something like with cravings. That's my assumption. Let me know if you've ever like lost weight or have been able to maintain your weight better when you're on your glutathione and vitamin C routine. Another thing with like sweating for some reason, like boosts glutathione. I have no idea. Oh, actually I do. So if you go in the sauna, they say like you go in the sauna like after drinking, you go in the sauna if you're feeling sick. Basically, it helps you to sweat out toxins. So any type of like cardio, it could be mild cardio. You don't have to be like doing sprints in like some sweat bag or something like that. Like you could just be going for a jog, you could be on a bike, but mild cardio where you get your heart rate up and you sweat a bit, I do feel like helps you like look more vibrant, and it's supposed to just help with your glutathione overall. And I don't know if it's because it's helping the glutathione not be used to remove the toxins from your body, because that's what glutathione does. So maybe more of it is able to stay in your glutathione stores instead of being used up. Also, I don't know if it's because it circulates the glutathione in your blood better, because once you get your heart pumping, you just have just better blood circulation in general. I'm not sure what it is, but a lot of other YouTubers will agree. Something about sweating and cardio, like it just, whether you're sitting in a sauna or not, it's something about it. It just like, it makes your skin look so much better. And that could be a way that if you're off glutathione for a bit, just make sure that you're maintaining that. And even without the glutathione, it will help the glow. I've noticed that, especially if I'm going like into the sauna for at least 20 minutes, like 4 times a week, it will give you like this glow that lasts. So yeah, I think that's basically everything. It's not like when you're on hydroquinone where you stop and you can tell the difference right away. For glutathione, like if you're taking other things, you're doing like liquid chlorophyll, if you're doing NAC, vitamin D, stuff like that, it's not going to be like, oh my gosh, I can tell you stopped your glutathione. And as long as you're like staying out of the sun, staying protected, for the most part, not much happens. Just like your body's going to be, a little different. Maybe you're holding more waste, not going to the bathroom, so you're feeling a little heavier. And then, like I said, like the brain fog. But aside from that, it's not like an overnight thing where it's like, oh my God, I'm looking dull and darker. It like actually does stay in your blood for quite a bit of time.